It was the dead of night. Thick layers of snow blanketed the land, and the cold wind howled like the creaking gates of an ancient fortress. Breaking the silence came the sound of footsteps. Snow White, clutching her poisoned apple, arrived at Elsa's icy palace. The grand doors creaked open by themselves. Elsa stood there, her eyes shining with the cold brilliance of ice, hands swirling with the storm of frozen air. Snow White, Elsa, you've turned my forest into a prison. My animals are dying in the cold. Elsa smiling. And you, poisoning people to put them to sleep? Let's end that business before we talk. Suddenly, Elsa spun her hands and hurled a massive ice spear at Snow White. Snow White raised her magical shield, and the spear shattered into icy shards. But instead of falling, the shards hovered midair, reassembling and returning toward Elsa. Snow White's magic. Elsa quickly erected a wall of ice, but Snow White was already behind it. She threw her poisoned apple toward Elsa, who caught it and instantly froze it solid. Now it's just a cold stone, she laughed. Snow White blew a whistle. 7 dwarfs emerged from beneath the snow, swords gleaming in hand, charging Elsa. Elsa unleashed the full force of her power. Bolts of icy lightning struck from the sky, turning the dwarfs into frozen statues one by one. Both stood panting, eyes locked. Outside, the storm subsided, but inside the silent war raged on. Suddenly, cracks appeared in the palace walls, and a radiant light spread through the frozen layers. Elsa took a deep breath and said, "We both have great power, but that power shouldn't mean fighting. We should use it together for peace." Snow White picked up the apple and smiled. "You're right. No one wins in a war. Everyone loses. Let's be friends." They shook hands, and light burst forth inside the palace. The ice began to melt, the forest's fragrance returned, and the 7 dwarfs danced with joy. From that day on, they worked together to bring a new beginning for their people, a world where snow and forest, love and friendship blossomed in harmony.